Well, hello, YouTube land. This is Paul Lynch Jr. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I've been kind of busy playing lots of poker, did a little traveling with the poker, walking my dog, but I kind of, with Biden being president, I'm trying to, patiently wait, give him a chance to, try to get shit done. And you know what? You got what you got is a clusterfuck of Republicans just, not wanting to, to get with the program and try to work with this man to try to get shit done. And you know what? I mean, nothing's changed other than we got a decent president. But trying to get shit done, we could be much further along right now. But the Republicans are just against. These cops are out of control, going around fucking still shooting people, still racially profiling people, still putting their knees in motherfuckers' backs, still hiding behind qualified immunity and the blue wall of silence. I mean, I get ripped for when I cuss out the cops for saying the same thing over and over again. But you know what? These fucking pigs, they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Come here, Sally, come here. Wait. So it's I gotta tell these motherfuckers in comment land, well, I tell you, make you a deal. When these fascist pig cops start coming up with some new shit to do, maybe doing their jobs as a human being when it comes to actually protecting and serving people, if they can do that, then I'll start coming up with some new stuff. Like maybe giving these motherfuckers a compliment or two. But until that shit happens, no. I'm going to stick with what I know. And that is fucking insulting and cursing out the fuck of these fucking cops. Cuss these fucks out. Because you know why? They absolutely hate that shit. They hate when a motherfucker like me don't fear them. They hate when a motherfucker like me disrespects them. They hate that shit. And I'm like, yeah. Because anything else, you go to jail over. And you know what? One thing I wanted to bring up today was I just read in Arizona, these politicians in Arizona, these Republican white trash politicians, are trying to pass a law that says 15 feet. If you film a police officer within 15 feet, you can be arrested. You have to be 15 feet behind them. I mean, at least 15 feet away from them. Because they fear for their safety. These motherfuckers have the guns, they have the training, they have the fucking army, the pig cop army. And yet, a civilian with a fucking, cell phone camera, all of a sudden, the fucking cops are a bunch of fucking snowflake cucks. That's right, they're a bunch of bitch-ass snowflake cucks, who, if you got a camera that records their actions, they're fucking get their panties in a fucking twist. I thought these fucking pigs are supposed to be fucking tough guys. And yet a little camera, motherfucking filming the camera, gets their fucking bitch ass in a fucking twist. Yeah, lots of respect for these fucking pigs. Not. Unbelievable. I mean, that and the critical race theory with fucking white people getting all butthurt about critical race theory. I mean, they don't want to, they act like they don't want to know the truth. That the truth is going to fucking, hit them like a ton of bricks. But you know what? It's not just what happened in the history that fucking, when it came to race relations, with slavery and Jim Crow and, cops putting their knees and shooting them, and knees in the motherfuckers' back and shooting black people in the back. No. It's the fact that rich white people have historically, not just here in America, but in medieval Europe, have historically exploited, manipulated, wait Stella, conned, and gaffled scores of fucking poor middle-class white people. Taxed them heavily to pay for their fucking wars. Pay for their wars with each other throughout European history. You think most white people came over here to America during the 1700s because, they wanted adventure? You think they're just gonna leave their families behind and take a fucking 3-4 month voyage across the fucking, Atlantic Ocean to somewhere they've never been? Likely to never go back to Europe? Because let me tell you something. It ain't like you got on a plane and, took a fucking, 9-hour flight, to the homeland. It wasn't like that. No. Only rich people could afford those boat rides. One-way trip, you probably couldn't afford it. You had to work that shit off. And that's the problem. These fucking rich assholes. And it's like, every time I try to, explain this shit, these motherfuckers don't want to listen. It's like that vein on your forehead that puts you at risk of having an aneurysm when, you start comprehending too much shit, like you're overheated with information. Well, when you're a fucking retard, which most religious Jesus freak fuckheads are, because they only understand about the resurrection and, their belief in going to heaven and, prayer and all that nonsense. You start throwing some science in there, some history in there, hey, they're at risk of overheating, blowing a gasket. Which is, in the case of anatomy, a brain aneurysm. Fucking retards, man. Sick of this shit. These fucking cops, man. But, I was watching Bill Maher the other night. And, he's like, we should be over this, and it's fucked up. And I agree, we should be over this by now. But you know why we're not going to get over it anytime soon? Because you still got 40% of America, primarily white Republicans, Jesus freak fuckheads, Trump supporters, who are absolutely refusing to get vaccinated. And as a result, those of us who are like human, who give a fuck about ourselves and our neighbors, we're having to still be inconvenienced of wearing masks and the social distance and all that kind of shit, and have, things that we still can't do because these fucking Jesus freak fucking fucks believe that, it's their body and you can't tell me what you can take in and out of it. I can't and can't put into it. It's like, don't give them a vaccine, but you know what? They want that chloroquine or that horse dewormer shit. Ivermectin or whatever it's called. It's my body. I can put what I want into it. Isn't that what women say when they want to get an abortion? It's their body. If they want to fucking have an abortion, that's their fucking right. And yet, these fucking teabagging white Jesus freak fuckheads, who, they don't want the government to tell them that they got to put, not only that they got to put a COVID-19 vaccine in them, but they don't want the government to tell them that they can't be treated with that fucking horse dewormer nonsense or that hydrochloroquine crap. That shit doesn't work for COVID. It's fucking snake oilsman. God, can't you? Any of these motherfuckers ever learn anything? 75 years ago, fucking in the covered wagon days, you had snake oilsmen paddling this potions off, and then by the time they ran, they got all the money from the town, and the town finds that a couple days later it doesn't work. Well, these motherfuckers are off to the next town, and that's what this fucking hydrochloroquine, that ivermectin shit is. Vaccines work. This fucking bullshit that these fucking Republican, scam artists are peddling, that shit doesn't work. And it's like, the more time goes on, the less history that these motherfuckers actually know. Because they don't want to learn about history. They already said it. You start teaching actual history in school, we're going to put you in prison. Fucking fucks. Unbelievable. But they can't say I can't say it outside. I can say what the fuck I want outside. It's unbelievable. Oh man. But I just don't see anything going away anytime soon with this shit until until you get enough herd immunity, which I was thinking it would be nice if it happened last year, but it's not, because it's it keeps evolving. That's what these motherfuckers do. I mean, I play poker with this fascist fuckhead named Jimmy, who This motherfucker's like, oh, Fauci's wrong from, 2 years ago. You know what? When this shit first came out, there's a lot of these motherfuckers they didn't know. But you know what science does, as opposed to Trump and his supporters? Once they learn new information, they get it right and they make corrections because they understand. Only way you're gonna fucking learn is by testing, is by, studying it. And what more can I say? Come here, girl. But the thing is, these motherfuckers, they don't. They act like, oh, you made a mistake, it's a sign of weakness. No, it's not. Not when when something first comes out. There's nothing wrong with saying I don't know, but we're going to get to the bottom of it because we got smart people. Instead, they deny, they double down, never admit they're wrong. And if you don't ever admit, if you're not willing to never admit you're wrong, then you're always wrong. If you admit you're wrong or that you don't know. And it's just unbelievable. I'm going to make a announcement about something. A couple of weeks ago, I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was freezing my ass off. It wasn't cold in my apartment. I have sheets, blanket. I even have a Dyson fan that I actually had. I thought it was a little warm in there that night, but I have a Dyson fan that has like an air, and you can't hear anything. It's a really good Dyson fan that, you turn it on, and it's just barely, it's just like the air comes out and you don't hear it. Ain't like a fan that twirls. And then it also has a heater you can switch it over to, that blasts out heat, and you have it pointing towards you by your bed. So anyway, I started freezing my ass off, and then I turned that fan on and I turned the heat on, and I covered up really good. And about a half hour later, because I was literally trying to fall asleep, I started sweating my fucking ass off. And about a half hour later, about 4 o'clock, I had sweated so much that I had to get up out of bed and change my sheets, change my pillowcases, and get a new bedspread because it was fucking drenched. I felt like I lost 10 pounds in water. After that, next couple of days, I had some nausea. My body ached, but by that weekend, I started feeling fine. I was eating chicken noodle soup and crackers, and I had to get my appetite back. But you know what? I can't remember the last time I ever had anything like that. I can remember years ago before I started getting the flu shot. Every year when I was growing up, because we didn't get the flu shot when I was a kid. Rural Arkansas, I guess they don't pay for shit down there. They don't cover shit like that when I was growing up. Everybody, you get it from somebody at school or from a neighbor. Next thing you know, the whole family has it. And, you get the flu, it kind of starts off like, you're under the weather, you may have a fever, and then it builds up, and you're like, fuck, man. You wake up one morning, you feel like shit. And then you feel like shit for a week. That didn't really happen with me. I went to bed that night feeling fine. Next thing, 3 o'clock in the morning, bam. And it hit me. It hit me hard. But I think now that after I talked to my doctor and I, just reading up on it, what hit me was the vaccine kicking into gear, working to combat the COVID that got into me. And it saved me. It did its job. And that's what you fascist fucks, you white motherfuckers that think that the fucking blood of Jesus is going to protect your fucking stupid asses. You guys have to understand that. It did its fucking job. Getting protected from from COVID, getting vaccinated, doesn't mean you're not going to get it. It just means in all likelihood you won't die from it. Okay? That you won't die from it. And that, you get symptoms to be relatively mild. That's what it means. But most people, especially the white Republicans, you motherfuckers are just too stupid to comprehend that. You don't want to believe. Instead, you look for an opening to discredit the science and the technology, and you go, come here, girl. No, we're going to go this one more time. Here, go this way. Go, come on. Now, what they want to do is they just want to say, hey, it doesn't work, because in their mind, you get it, you should be just totally, totally protected. Never get anything. And that's not how this shit works. you know. And so, you know, yeah, when I got it, I mean, after a few days I was fine. And then like this week I had a doctor's appointment. I have a regular scheduled appointment to see my doctor once a month for my back. And I went in, told her what happened. And so she gave me a PCR test for COVID, which is like, it'll let you know if you've, been exposed to COVID within like maybe a few months, a period of a few months. And it said yes, that I've been exposed to COVID. I tested positive for it. And so that required, after I got notified by them, I got contacted by the Department of Public Health, the San Francisco Department of Public Health, and had to answer some questions, about, who I've been hanging around with. And I'm like, dude, I play poker almost every day with people at Lucky Chances. And it's like, I know a few people's phone numbers, but, I don't know everybody's. And so basically what they say is you got to quarantine for 10 days. Which is like, what, it sucks. Nobody really wants to have to do that. But you know what? That's what humans do. Humans do that because they care about, they want to basically be treated. You treat people the way you treat people the way you want to be treated, because you want to, be people who treat you. The way you treat people is the way you want to be treated. And a lot of people, they think, oh, you're such a nice guy. And he's like, you know what? No, I'm a pretty selfish guy. All right? I've never been married. I don't have any kids. Okay? But I have a dog and a cat. And to them, I'm the center of the universe. They love me. Their loyalty's to me. And I appreciate that. I like that. And I take care of them. I give them the best food. They get best grooming. They don't want. Anytime I need to take them to the vet, they go to the vet. They don't want for anything. They're healthy. I take Stella to the dog park. She's got buddies she plays with. But also does good for me because you know what? I weigh like 242 right now. Like when I kind of got sick, I guess I lost like, 20 pounds in 5 days. I was back over 260. I was like 264 at one point. But eating chicken noodle soup for 2 weeks. That's really what it was. Even after I wasn't, hurting anymore, I kind of didn't have my appetite back. So basically I just ate chicken noodle soup and crackers, saltine crackers, and I'm still kind of eating them, but today I kind of had my first kind of hungry day where I ate some biscuits and gravy that I heated up. Anyway, point is, I got the comfort knowing that, it attacked me, and the vaccine within me did its job and defended me. But the war ain't over with yet. The battle's not over with, because I still have to do my job as a human, as a citizen of the United States, and play my part in preventing other people from getting it. Which means that, I have to quarantine for 10 days. I started quarantine I left Friday night, so I'm going to count Saturday as day one. I can't go play poker again until a week from tomorrow. All right, this is my second full day quarantine, and I got 8 more days to go. That's just the reality of it. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I can walk my dog 2-3 times a day. I can watch Netflix, watch sports. I can read. Stuff to read, stuff to learn about. And, because I don't want other people getting it. I don't want other people getting it. And I don't want those, even though they may be immunized, or, vaccinated, doesn't mean that they can't get exposed to me and I, lean next to them or whatever. They may get it. And then they go home, take it to their kids or to their grandmother who may be immune compromised. And so, but a lot of people can't, it's not just that. Look at the dealers, the wait staff, people whose jobs depend on their family. Okay? They can't give me 6 feet because their job requires them dealing with me. So anyway, I had to do the right fucking thing. And it sucks, but what's the alternative? Now, I don't want to be blamed for this shit. I'm doing my part. The blame should be squarely on the fucking white teabagging Jesus freaking Republicans who refuse to wear a mask, refuse to get vaccinated, who refuse to social distance, you know, who refuse to get quarantined when they get positive. Their arrogance, their sense of entitlement when it comes to just, you know what, hey, if I want life to live, I'm going to live it. Fuck the rest of you motherfuckers. You know what? And yeah, I'm the asshole. No, I'm not the asshole here. It's just that most of you motherfuckers who, you know, think I am, you're too stupid to comprehend how fucking stupid you are. So guess what? That's why I use my insults and my profanity. Because it is hell empowering to let the cops, the Jesus freaks, the white Republicans, the fascists, yeah, all you motherfuckers who fucking sell the fuck out, the corporate cocksuckers, to let you know what fucking time it is. Yeah, if you don't like it, like I've said a number of times before, you can take it to your made-up God, and you can see what the fuck he does about it. Hey, you can suck his fucking made-up cock. I'll be shaking in my fucking boots, you teabagging fascist motherfuckers. Oh, and with that, come here, girl. Wait, settle, come here. And with that, I'm out. I'll try to post something, at least for the next 7 days while I go on my walk with my dog, about, you know, my take on the world and what's going on. All right, fellas, you guys have a good night. Say hi, Stella. You say hi. Look, come here. Look. All right, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow night. All right, bye.